Have you ever wondered how we talk about possibilities in English? It's fascinating how language allows us to express not just what is happening now, but also what could happen in the future or what might have happened in the past. How do we express things that might happen in the future? Or things that are always true? For instance, how do we say that if it rains tomorrow, we will stay indoors? Or how do we state that if you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils? These are all examples of conditional sentences. We use a special type of sentence called a conditional sentence. Conditional sentences are essential in English because they help us discuss possibilities, hypotheses, and their outcomes. They are a fundamental part of our communication, allowing us to connect different ideas seamlessly. Conditional sentences are like a cause and effect system in grammar. Just like how one domino falling can cause a chain reaction, one event can lead to another. This cause and effect relationship is crucial in understanding how conditional sentences work. They help us connect two ideas. One idea sets the stage, and the other follows as a consequence. This connection is what makes our communication logical and coherent. One idea is the condition, something that must happen first. For example, if you study hard is a condition. It sets up a scenario that needs to occur for something else to follow. The other idea is the result, what happens because of the condition. Continuing our example, you will pass the exam is the result. It tells us what will happen if the condition is met. Don't worry, it's simpler than it sounds. Once you get the hang of it, using conditional sentences becomes second nature. They are incredibly useful in everyday conversations, writing, and even in professional settings. In this essay, we'll focus on two basic types of conditional sentences: zero conditional and first conditional. The zero conditional is used for general truths, like scientific facts or things that are always true. The first conditional, on the other hand, is used for real possibilities in the future. By the end, you'll be able to use them confidently in your own writing and speaking. Let's get started. Understanding these basics will give you a strong foundation to build on, making your English more precise and expressive. So let's dive into the world of conditional sentences and explore how they can enhance your communication skills. Let's start with the zero conditional. This type of sentence is used to talk about things that are always true. Think of them like scientific facts or general truths. For example, if you heat ice, it melts. This is always true, right? No matter how many times you try it, the result will be the same. This is the essence of a zero conditional sentence. It's about stating a condition and its guaranteed result. These sentences are helpful for explaining basic concepts and making statements about the world around us. Now, let's break down how to form a zero conditional sentence. It's actually very straightforward. The structure is: this means we use the present simple tense in both parts of the sentence. The first part, starting with if or when, states the condition. The second part states the result. Remember, the order of the parts can be reversed without changing the meaning. Let's look at some more examples to solidify your understanding. This is a fact about colors. This is a scientific fact. This is a personal truth. As you can see, these sentences express general truths. They are facts that hold true in most situations. No matter how many times you repeat the action, the outcome will remain the same. Now let's move on to the first conditional. This type of sentence is used to talk about possibilities in the future. It's about things that might happen but are not guaranteed. For example, if it rains tomorrow, I will stay home. We don't know for sure if it will rain tomorrow, but it's a possibility. The first conditional helps us express these potential future events and their likely outcomes. Section 6. Structure of first conditional sentences. The structure of a first conditional sentence is also simple. If plus present simple, will plus base verb. Again, we use the present simple tense for the condition, but this time we use will plus base verb to express the future result. Remember, the will part indicates that the result is not guaranteed, just a possible outcome. Section 7. Examples of first conditional sentences. Let's look at some examples of first conditional sentences. If I have enough money, I will buy a new car. This sentence shows a future possibility that is dependent on a specific condition being met. The condition here is having enough money, and the result is buying a new car. The speaker might buy a car, but only if they have enough money. This means that the action of buying a car is not certain. It is conditional upon the speaker's financial situation. If the speaker does not have enough money, the car will not be purchased. Another example is, if you study hard, you will pass the exam. This sentence indicates that passing the exam is contingent upon the effort put into studying. The harder you study, the more likely you are to pass. Passing the exam depends on the condition of studying hard. If the student does not study hard, they are less likely to pass the exam. This shows how the first conditional is used to express a cause and effect relationship. We will go to the beach tomorrow if the weather is nice. This sentence illustrates a plan that is dependent on the weather. The condition is having nice weather, and the result is going to the beach. The speaker's action depends on the weather condition. If the weather is not nice, the plan to go to the beach will be cancelled. This shows how the first conditional can be used to talk about plans and decisions that are dependent on certain conditions. As you can see, these sentences express future possibilities. They show how certain actions or events are dependent on specific conditions being met. This is a common way to talk about future plans, predictions, and possibilities. The outcome of the sentence depends on whether the condition is met or not. If the condition is met, the result will happen. If the condition is not met, the result will not happen. This is the essence of the first conditional, making it a useful tool for discussing future possibilities and plans. Section 8. Common mistakes to avoid. In this section, we will delve into some of the most frequent errors people make when using conditional sentences. Understanding these mistakes and learning how to avoid them will significantly improve your grammatical accuracy and clarity. When using conditional sentences, it's important to avoid some common mistakes. These errors can lead to confusion and misinterpretation of your intended message. Let's start with the first common mistake, using will after if in the first conditional. Using will after if in the first conditional is a frequent error. For example, many people say, "if I will go to the store," which is incorrect. The correct form should be, "if I go to the store," and not "if I will go to the store." The use of will in the if clause is unnecessary and grammatically incorrect. Another common mistake is using the future tense in the if clause of the first conditional. For instance, saying "if it will rain tomorrow" is incorrect. The correct form should be "if it rains tomorrow," not "if it will rain tomorrow." The if clause should always be in the present simple tense. Another area where people often get confused is between zero and first conditionals. It's crucial to understand the difference between these two types of conditionals to use them correctly. Remember, the zero conditional is used for general truths or scientific facts, such as, "if you heat water to 100 degrees Celsius, it boils." On the other hand, the first conditional is used for future possibilities or events that are likely to happen, like, "if it rains tomorrow, we will cancel the picnic." By being mindful of these common errors, you can ensure that your conditional sentences are grammatically correct and convey your intended meaning clearly. Practice makes perfect, so keep an eye out for these mistakes and correct them as you go. This will not only improve your writing, but also boost your confidence in using English conditionals accurately. Section 9. Conclusion, mastering conditional sentences. Congratulations. You've learned about zero and first conditional sentences. You now understand their structure and how to use them correctly. Remember, zero conditional is for general truths and facts. If plus present simple, present simple. First conditional is for future possibilities. If plus present simple, will plus base verb. Keep practicing, and soon you'll be using conditional sentences like a pro. They are powerful tools for expressing possibilities, conditions, and results in your everyday English.